Times. I hope you are really well. Hello, hello. Um, just checking that everything is working. Let's have a look. See if we are actually live. Here we are. And if you can hear me. Oh, yes, you can hear me. Okay. So let me just turn that down so that you can't hear me twice. I am going to try carefully to bring the microphone a little bit closer just so that you can hear okay. Let me know if there are any issues with the sound and with the picture, because you might notice that the screen is a little bit different to how it would normally look. I think it's a little bit brighter actually. I think it's just a little bit yeah, it's a little bit brighter than normal appears to be on screen, because I've had a disaster. As always, there's always a little bit of a drama, isn't there, before we come on live. So I'll tell you about that in a second. We'll give everyone a chance to join. I can see that Claire's with us. Hello, hello Claire. She says, evening Joe and any kitties that are crafting tonight. Well, there are kitties dancing about in the background. Mabel and Maisie, I think, are just outside the door. Anne is downstairs at the moment. He's recovering from his operation and is still on crutches, bless him. So he won't be joining us tonight, but he may pop in and say hello when he manages to make his way up to bed shortly, because he's feeling very tired and sore at the moment. So and we might get a visit from the cats at some point. We shall see how they're feeling and whether they're behaving themselves tonight. So just have a little drink there. So plans for this evening, as usual, I don't really have any. So I just got a few cards out here just so that you weren't just looking at my hands, because I don't have a second camera tonight. So while people are jumping on and joining us, I will explain a little bit about my drama for tonight. So it's been a very busy day, and I haven't had a lot of time to prepare for tonight's show, which is not really unusual to be fair. But I came to set up everything for the live. I normally do it in the morning, so that I've got plenty of time, obviously, to be prepared, and everything's scheduled and showing in our YouTube and Facebook pages, so that you can see the event is available. But I didn't have time to do it this morning for various reasons, so I didn't come to do it until about an hour and a half ago, something like that. And when I came to set it up, I realised that my camera is kaput. So I cannot get it to charge up, I can't get it to switch on, I can't get it to do anything. It is just quite a a cheap non-brand camera, that but it's served me well. I mean, I've never had any issues with it, but for some reason it just won't charge up. So I don't know whether I can just get a replacement battery for it. If anybody has any ideas or knows what, if this has happened to them, please do let me know, because it's not a bad camera. It's not the best camera. I do have a new camera, fortunately. I have got another camera, but I don't know quite how to work it yet, so I haven't set it up or used it at all. I've had it for over a month now and I've still not really set it up. So this is my I guess my sign that I need to start using that camera. So I'm currently using the webcam that I normally use for my head-on shots, so the front view, when you get to see my face. This is the camera. Now this is a very strange webcam because I think it makes everything look a little bit curved when they're not. So I think you can probably see that my craft mat has got a little bit of a bend to it. Well, it obviously hasn't, but I think that's something to do with the lens that's in the webcam, making it seem a bit curved. So and it does seem much brighter than it usually is using the my other camera. So I don't know, let me know what you think, if you've got any ideas of how I might be able to get this working again, because it's such a shame that, you know, I can't do anything with it now. So that's my first stress, and that's why we've only got the one view, which is the overhead today. So we'll put that to one side until we can figure out how we can fix that. And now I need to have a little look for some inspiration here for today's live. I've got a little bit of an idea of something that I might do, she says, but I'm not really sure what I'm in the mood for tonight. So, well, I don't know about you guys. See, I look through my stamp sets and then I think, oh, I want to use that. I want to play with the little, you know, the little sheep, or there's the party, the Let's Party. That's very cute. The birthday foxes are very cute. I might get the birthday foxes out actually. Birthday, oh, and the problem is that we have sold out, I think, of most of these, which is a bit of an issue. Oh, now then, we've not used the cafe critters for a while, and I do like the cafe critters. Maybe we go with the cafe critters, because I'm feeling like making something that's a little bit, perhaps a little bit autumnal, without strictly speaking being autumnal. Our little sweet village is also very adorable. That could also be a little thought. So the other option that I did have in my my little ideas basket were to use these, now then I can never remember what they're called. So this is the pumpkin spice stamp set, and then we've got the perfect blend stamp set, which I think would be very, very cute to use in obviously a bit of an autumnal themed card. So because I'm definitely getting those feels at the moment. I don't know if you guys are the same, but I'm definitely getting those feels that it's time to snuggle up with a pumpkin spice latte. I don't know if you like the pumpkin spice. I'm not a big fan of the pumpkin spice actually, or a hot chocolate, and I just think that would be really cute. So I don't know whether it would be kind of cute to have some little critters alongside this. So let me have a see what critters would work. See, these guys are cute, but I feel like they might be a little bit too big. He's always a good one. He's a good little cat character, and this guy's a good little cat character. So you've got the perfect day and the kitty capers here, and there's two really cute little cats just sat looking about, so they would be kind of cute. Let me just have a look, see if we've got any other little characters that would be small enough and cute enough to go. Let's have another little look at my mugs here, because I did have an idea here with the little go on. Why can't I think of any names for anything today? It's the You Make My Heart Soar, isn't it? Love is in the air, that's it. Love is in the air. So these guys are all hanging over the basket, but I wonder if they could hang over one of these mugs. Be quite cute. So I can see Claire is asking for some Halloween crafts. So I'm going to resist the Halloween crafts for the simple reason that we don't have many Halloween sets available at the moment. We do have the digi-sets, which is why I used the little example earlier, because these are the digi-stamps that you can get in the shop now, but we don't really have much Halloween at the moment. Now the little foxes with the latte, that could be cute. I'm going to go with that. Right, we've made a decision. I am going to use these at some point soon because I love them so much, but let's go with something a little bit autumnal, and let's think about what layout am I going to use. Definitely going to do a little bit of ink blending. So let me get my dies out here, and I am super tempted to go with, oh yeah, we could do a square card actually. We've not done a square card yet, have we? I think the winter trees would look really nice in the background as well. That could be kind of cute, couldn't it? See what else have I got in here that I might use. Oh yes, my wonky windows. My wonky windows are going to be ideal for this, I think. Oh, there is the stitched quilted die. I think I'm going to go with the wonky windows for this one. Decision made. We're making decisions today. This is the new me. She's making decisions. Maybe. So I might use those to sit behind the windows, but I don't know whether they might be a little bit too big to sit behind my windows. So, oh no, they might actually work quite nicely. We did a nice little that might work quite well actually. Quite like this colour as well, this kind of ivory colour. But I think I'm going to make it a little bit more, I'm going to go a bit more rusty coloured on the front, I think is my thoughts. So let's get some cardstock, shall we? I'm just trying to think where I've put everything, because we brought everything home from TV at the weekend, and I've just dumped it in a pile, as is my way. So yeah, we've got loads of like scraps of cardstock here, but I need to grab the bits that are usable. I also have some bits of the digipapers as well, but like I said, I think I'm going to leave those for the moment. Right, I think we've got what we need. I need a card. Yeah, and I'm wondering if maybe a bit of a craft card might work quite nicely. Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. Hello. If you've missed the beginning, we have a different camera setup tonight, which is kind of weird, but hopefully it's not going to impact on anything, and that you can still see everything okay, hopefully. So that feels like a nice bit of super smooth cardstock that we can use. And like I said, I need a nice bit of cardstock to cut out my card base, and then, but I don't know whether to cut it out of some. I don't know whether it's going to be too dark if we do it in a rusty colour. So yeah, I was thinking, do we use something like this with some craft coloured card in the background? Or we could do it the other way around actually, we could have that in the background. Or the craft in the background. I think I quite like the craft background, because the craft, in fact I could use this colour in my background, and the craft would be my trees, so I think I might do that. So what is everybody else up to this evening while I'm crafting away here and getting some well-earned downtime? What are you guys up to? Are you also getting some well-earned downtime? Are you crafting along, or are you just watching while you're doing something else? Maybe I love watching lives when I am working and doing something else. So I might be designing, or I might be doing my books. I might be cooking the books, or I might be, sorry, well, this makes a bit of a noise. Yeah, or I might be answering emails or something like that. So yeah, I could be just listening to something in the background while I'm doing something else, and I love that, because I just think it's company, isn't it? It's nice to have that somebody chatting away in the background, and then also, you know, a little bit of crafty inspiration as well. So I'll get rid of this because I don't need that now. So this is my card front, I think. Claire says she's working on an MDF pumpkin light. That sounds very exciting. Let's get and this is some home decor for Halloween. I know you and Jess absolutely love all things Halloween, don't you? So you'll be going all out, I imagine. We don't really decorate up for Halloween as such, because we don't have children, and you know, it's Aunt calls them dust collectors. so yeah, he's a bit bar humbug when it comes to stuff like that. But I do like to decorate up for the seasons. So we have got a few little things like that I think just add a bit of something to just make it look a little bit more interesting and cozier as we're getting into the colder months. And it's definitely taken a dip in temperature, hasn't it? And I know we've got this horrendous storm. So if you're out and about and caught up in the storm, then I hope you're okay. I hope you're safe, and not getting too wet out there, because I know some places have had severe weather warnings, haven't they? Which is not fun. Oh, we've got a cat visitor. Hello there, little cat. So let's grab these. I've only done 3 because that fit on my my piece of cardstock here, but we might only do 3 because it depends on, you know, how it works in the background here. So we'll pop a couple of those in here, maybe one more, because then it's not fully uniform. We want a little bit of an odd number just to make it look a little bit more natural. So I hope that, you know, the picture's all right for you guys. It feels like I'm very much kind of on a slant when obviously I'm not. But that is just because I'm using a webcam rather than my proper camera, which I would prefer to use. So I'm going to pop these just back in here so that they're nice and safe. Right, Maisie's going to come and trip along everything now, so get ready for the first little cat visit of the evening. I'm sure it won't be the last. Hello Maisie, how are you this evening? Hello there. It's just walking straight over everything. Are you going to sit there, are you? Sit on my pile of cardstock there. Just have a little look around. Bless her. Why don't you just come and sit next to me and come and craft with me? Claire says hello. Everybody says hello. All the tea timers are saying hello, Maisie. Yeah, I'm very pleased you could join us. You're very cute. So this is kind of the starting point of my card coming together. So I need to kind of think now. I don't know why I'm saving that. We don't need to save that, do we? So now I'm going to have a little think about what images I want to use and where do I want to put them. So if I imagine my card building up in a certain way, so put that in there like so, and I'm going to hold it down with a bit of tape because it's going to go boing if I don't. Hello again, Maisie. Hi there. Are you going to come and sit down next to me? Keep me company. Going for a little explore, aren't you? What's up with this? What's up with sitting there? So I've got my little foxes who are adorable, and I think we do. I love this guy who's giving us a little wave. So I think maybe the little wave up there would be very cute. And then maybe this guy sleeping at the bottom is very cute. And then these little cups that we've got here are going to be very cute. Or we could just use the pumpkins because the pumpkins are absolutely adorable. So I'll use pumpkin there. And then maybe we do one mug behind this guy. And we're going to need a taller mug behind this guy. And then I'm leaving this one free for a sentiment. And I think I like the brew can do it. That's kind of cool, isn't it? So there's brew can do it. Oh, we've got the sentiments in here actually of you are my cup of tea. You mean a latte to me. You are so sweet. You are the pumpkin spice in my latte. You are beautiful. So you can either go with the brew can do it, or I think that the you mean a latte to me actually works quite well, doesn't it? So that could sit in there, but I feel like that might be a bit too large for what I'm looking for. We've got rise and grind as well. Or you mean a latte to me, that's quite cute. And you mean a cup of tea, that's sweet as well. So, or we can go with the you mean a latte to me, which will then kind of sit in that that one there. Quite like that. I think we'll go with that arrangement for the moment. What am I doing? What am I doing? Right, let's tidy all of those up. So I need to stamp these guys out now. And then we can start putting this little plan together that we've got. I'm going to get my stamping platform back out here. And I'm going to cut this down because I don't need all of it. So it fits into my stamping platform. Take there a little bit. So got a fair bit of colouring in to do, and I need to see if I can remember my colouring in for my my foxes. So I've got like a little colouring in chart for these guys. I don't know whether I'm going to do that as a straight onto the background yet, so we shall wait for that one. So what else has been happening then? So today, my busy day, obviously I've been working all day, super busy at work as always, but then we've had to take Mabel to the vets tonight. So for those of you that don't know, and maybe you know, might be tuning in for the first time, but we have adopted, well, we've got 3 cats. Arnie and Maisie we've had for, oh goodness, are they only just a year old? They're only just a year old, so we've only had them for a year, and they are adorable Maine Coon cross with a Russian blue. They're fluffy and gorgeous and enormous and so sweet. And we then adopted in August a British blue who has been living a bit of a chaotic life, shall we say. She's the owners there had a large dog that would try and go for her and made her very uncomfortable. So she needed to find a new home, of which we were happy to oblige, because she's a lovely temperament, but we are finding that she's struggling to settle, and she's over grooming quite a lot. So we were trying to figure out, you know, what could we do to help her. Nothing that we've tried seems to do the trick, so we've had to take her to the vet just to say, you know, what can we do. She's driving herself mad, bless her. She's making her skin sore, and he thinks that she's got an allergy to something that is making her, obviously, is irritating her skin, and the more that she scratches her skin, the more she's creating an irritation, the more she's creating wounds that need soothing. So it's a bit of a vicious cycle. She's making herself you know, really poorly. So yeah, so she's had a steroid injection, which we're hoping is going to break the cycle of over grooming that she's got into, and then we'll hopefully make her feel a little bit more settled and a little bit more comfortable. She's actually here now. Hello, Mabel. What you doing? Do you want to come and say hello? She doesn't like being picked up, and she's never jumped up, have you? Come and say hello to everyone. What you doing? Come on. She says, don't grab me, I don't wish to be grabbed. No, she's gone off. She's trolled off, but she might come and see us. So let's have a go at colouring these guys in. I will so I can't zoom in unfortunately. Back to the previous issue of not having the same camera. So did I colour in my little fox? Did I make a swatch? Did I make a swatch for my fox? Oh, I didn't make a swatch for my fox. That's quite annoying. I did think I'd got a little swatch for that. Interesting. I did think that I had done that, and I really should do that, shouldn't I? So I probably should cut out another piece of cardstock, stamp out another little fox here, because I did have a really good combination that I really liked. Foxes. I wonder what I've done with it. So I'm going to stamp out another guy here. I'm going to colour him in twice. So this is a suggestion that I would definitely, recommend to you guys, is to if you've got a particular critter that you always struggle to colour, when you come up with a combination that you do really like, make sure you stamp an extra image and then keep a note of it, and then you won't ever forget it like I've done. But I am going to have a quick look on my phone, because I have seen a Copic colouring map that I really liked, and I can't see with my eyes. So this is quite a good little fox colouring. I might try that. So I've just looked for this. This is actually on Pinterest, so I'll show you what I'm looking at. So this is a pin by Jamie Richards. I don't know who Jamie Richards is, but I'm going to go with, I think, with maybe the orangey fox, because we've got an orangey background. We've got a light coloured fox here, and then we've got the mid colour fox. And now I've seen it, I think I'm going to go with the mid colour fox, because I know I've got these pens, and I've used these pens before, so to do the fox. So I'm going to go with this guy. So please, and I'm going to screenshot it as well so that I've got that for future. So thank you, Jamie Fox, whomever you are. But I'm going to make a note of these colours, so I'll just grab that back on screen, and I'm going to grab my pen here. I'm going to go with E09, E15, E11, E00, and then warm grey 2, warm grey 1, warm grey 0, and then an RV10, and an RV, I don't even know what that is. Is that RV 000? I'm going to say that's an RV 000 because I can't quite read that. So there's no RVG, so it must be. And I'm not sure about the RV colour scheme, but we'll try it. Why not? The colours for these guys I'm not really sure until I get to them, see what colour might come out. I'm thinking probably a green or a blue, because that works as an opposite on the colour wheel. So create some space, Davis. See if I can find my colours. So E09 and E11, This is where I realise that I actually don't have any of these colours. I know that I do. The question is where? Definitely got an E15. Got E13, E09 is there. So we've also got lots here. E00 is there. I don't think I've got an E11 actually, because I think that might have run out. I definitely am due to put in an order for sure. I've got warm grey 3 there. E15, we definitely needed that. There we go. So that's all of those. And it was an RV10, wasn't it? Which I do think I do have an RV10. And an RV000. RV10. We definitely have that. And that must be the RV000. Yes, it is. So my other options are the warm greys. As always, the hardest bit is finding your pens that you're going to use. Always need a white Jelly Roll pen. And where are my warm greys at? Don't tell me they all need replacing. That would be so annoying, wouldn't it? I do love a warm grey, so I think all of my warm greys have pretty much run out. Oh, how annoying. So I've got did I pull out a warm grey 3 or 4, but I've got warm grey 3 there. Oh yeah, it's there. Warm grey 3 and warm grey 0. Oof. Yeah, we definitely need to replenish our warm greys. Okay, so let's have a go at colouring a fox, shall we? Oh, where's that gone? Maisie turned me off. Laura says, just popping in to say hi, can't stay, but I will watch it back later. Oh, lovely of you to leave us a message though. Thank you so much. So, let me just pop my inspiration picture back on. And turn off the auto lock so that I don't have to keep referring back to it. So looking at it, it is, you know, fairly straightforward. As we would probably typically do, is start with the darkest shade first, and I'll do it on my little character here. I think the E15 is going to be a mid shade rather than the darkest, but I'm going to start with this, and I'm going to go all the way around the outside. And then for the body, we're going to create a little belly here, and then a little bit around there, and around there. So let's have a look at E09. Oh, that's E99. That's not E09. What am I doing? My eyes are broken. My eyes are so broken. I'm sure I've got an E09. I've got practically every colour of the rainbow here. I've got an EO8, an EO7, might have to be an EO8. I can't find an EO9. It's definitely much darker, the EO9, but the E19 is very similar, so we might go with that instead. Oh, EO9. Right in front of my eyes. I had to put my reading glasses on because I clearly cannot see a thing. So yeah, so this is the darker shade. So I am going to go back over that line. That we've just drawn in, because I want that a little bit darker as my outline, and then we'll go back in with the E15 and just come in from that darker colour, bring those edges in. We're also going to have to create a little bit of a chin situation. A bit of colour around there. Again, we'll go around like that. I think I might do just deepen under the chin there as well. And then it was E11. Well, I've got E13, which is still going to work because it is much lighter. And they've gone for an extra colour, so I would normally only do 3 shades, especially with you know, critters this small. But the E00 is a very, very pale shade, so just add that over the top. I'm not sure that really adds anything to it, almost bleaches him out, so I'm going to go back over with that E13 and just blend over that, because I don't want to bleach out that lovely red colour. Nice. So, and then the accent colours are in the warm greys. So I'm going to use my warm grey 3 just on the very edges. On that chin, around that little belly that we've created, and then the tip of the tail. Now my warm grey 0 is, oh goodness, is very dry. So in order to blend that out, I'm going to use some this is my E40. It is very, very similar to a warm grey, and I think that's just going to bring that together a little bit. And then for the ears, we've got a bit of the RV10 there. The RV00 is what they've used for the little cheeks. So I might just deepen that with a little bit of the RV10, and then the nose I'm going to make black with my black Jelly Roll pen, and then the eyes as well. And I think that looks really quite cute, doesn't he? I hope you can see that. Like I say, I put my reading glasses on. I'll bring that a little bit closer. He's cute, isn't he? And then obviously we will use our white Jelly Roll pen to add some highlights when we finished. So now let's do the other guys then. Same sort of process. We'll use actually I am going to put my blooming reading glasses on. Goodness, that's a turn up, isn't it? Having to put your reading glasses on to colour. And we'll just give him a little chin. And again, we'll create a little belly. And a bit of shadow for the arms there, and then the same for the tail. And I always think once I've done it once, I'm always just a little bit more confident when I come to do it the second time around, because I've done my experimenting, I know what I need to do now, so I can just be a little bit more bold when it comes to doing the second time. So yes, you don't have to think about it quite as much when you come to do it again, do you? You've already tested the theory, you know it works. And that's why I think having the colour map, just keeping hold of that, really does help, because then you know you've got that to refer back to for future. And these little foxes, this little sleeping fox in particular, is so adorable. These are going to look so cute on all of your autumn projects. So while it is a birthday set, I was conscious of the fact that the birthday set was being released on the run up to autumn, winter time, and foxes are so perfect for this time of year, aren't they? So just fill in those spaces, blend those in, and then you can, if you want to, which I think I'm going to do, I'm just going to add a bit more of that darker shade. In a couple of places. Just bring that in a little bit further. Oh, yeah, that's very cute. So, does anybody else do any decorating for autumn? Do you go all out like Claire and Jess and do a full Halloween situation? I don't know why I've done that, finished that one off and not finished this guy. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just talking and not executing. Sometimes I do get very distracted, obviously, when I get carried away with my colouring. I forget to talk, and and then obviously I've lost track of what I was doing anyway. But this is my, just one of my favourite things to do is just colouring in a set of images. I do still genuinely love the whole process though of making a card and putting it all together. Sometimes it's difficult to come up with new ideas, and I don't know if you guys sometimes feel the same. It's quite hard to keep that going sometimes. But then I do find, I'll sit down with a stamp set and or with a number of images that I've already coloured. That I find is the easiest thing to do if I'm struggling. If I've got a lot of images that I've already coloured, then it is easier, I think, to just then come up with the rest of the project. So where do I want them to sit? What do I want the background to look like? What's the message that I'm trying to give? You know, who's going to be the recipient of this card? And sometimes it's quite fun to challenge yourself and say, right, I'm just going to use these products to come up with something and see what I can make. So that really works when I go to you know, a craft show, because we can't take everything. I'm very limited on what I can use to demonstrate, because we can't take every product with us, of course. So then I have to really be careful about, you know, just really think about what it is that I'm going to do. And that can sometimes, I can come up with my favourite projects that way, because sometimes having too much choice can be as bad as not having enough, because you've become overwhelmed by all of the potential options. Right, so that's all coming together very nicely. I feel like I might just grab my blender pen just to lighten those central points a little bit, because I didn't have the right warm grey. And then RV10 for those cheeks and those ears. That's quite cute, isn't it? I wouldn't have generally have picked RV10 for that, but I'm glad that I did. Just checking on some of the comments. Annalisa's with us. Hello, Annalisa. Jumping in at an appointment while you're waiting for the doctor. Hope everyone is well. I hope you're well if you're at the doctor's. And Claire says, what other craft companies do you like to use, Jo? Oh, well, there's a question. So I love companies, particularly American companies, I think, that are very similar style to me. They inspire me to create. So that's why I enjoy, you know, certain brands that are probably very similar to our own. The problem that I have is that I don't have a lot of time to actually use those products, which is very frustrating, as you can imagine. So I have a whole heap of products that I have bought from the likes of, sorry if I'm making a lot of noise, just rumbling around with all of my pens here, but I'm trying to find some colours for a pumpkin, and I think I'm going to go with YR12, 14 and no, YR14, 16 and 18. YR14, 16 and 18. So yes, I love so many. Lawn Fawn, Hello Bluebird, I love Clearly Besotted, I love My Favourite Things, who obviously work with a lot of different artists. I would say they're probably my main ones that I like to use. But when I say I like to use them, I buy them and then I don't actually use them because I don't have time, because I'm using my own products, and a lot of the time I'll look at their their products and I think, oh yeah, I really like that, but actually we've got a stamp set that's just like that, so why do I need that one? Because I've already got one. That's mine. But sometimes it is nice to use other people's products. um, you know, it is nice to do something that isn't something that you already own. So so yeah, so I would say that they're my top few. I feel like I've missed somebody. I like Avriel as well. Who else? I like Penguin Palace, Sunny Studios, a Heavy Doodle, which is obviously Leslie UK company. Got to support the UK gals. So many, really. YG17. Have we got a YG17? I've got a YG23 and a YG17. So yeah, I don't know whether that's helped. What other companies do you like? Not just Claire, but everybody. I'll open this up to everyone. What other companies do you guys like? I won't be scared of the competition. It's all good, healthy fun, isn't it? You know, it's good to have a bit of variety. It's not really competition. I think of it as variety, isn't it? And you know, a lot of our products will work very well with all of those other companies that I'm just mentioned. So why does that not look as dark as the 35 when it's a 33? Interesting. I really need to put all of these back because they're much harder to find in this way. And then I've got them in my usual setting. There we go, that's a bit better. One tip or trick that I do have that is quite useful is that if you're colouring in oranges or reds, then brown is a very good shade, a shading colour to have. Claire says that she does love her Tim Holtz stash as it's so different to Time for Tea. That's a really good point because obviously then you can mix and match those. You know, they are very different, but they still would work together. So yeah, so that's a good shout. I do like Tim Holtz, and I do like obviously I love the Ranger inks, so that's really good too. So I'm just adding a bit of colour to these, and I'm thinking I'm going to make these all hot chocolates. So, and with like I guess they should have been a bit more cinnamony, which would work with a bit of a red colour there. So let's just add a bit of red to that. Let's make that a little bit cinnamony and a bit of a darker brown to make that look a bit more chocolatey. Although these are the umber colours, the chocolate colours are lighter shades than these, but I just think this, for some reason, I think that looks more chocolatey. Okay, so we've got a nice little thing going on here. But like I say, I feel like we need to pull out some colour here, and I'm going to add a bit of warm grey to these marshmallows because they're just going to be white marshmallows. So I'm thinking possibly shades of blue, maybe purple for, yeah, purple could be a good colour, couldn't it? Because of the that's quite a Halloweeny autumnal colour, isn't it? So what have we got here? We've got BB02, BB00. This fluorescent purple is awesome. I do like that. So, but I feel like we need a BB04. Here we go. So let's try these as a little bit of an option. So just add a bit of shading all the way around the side here. And a bit around the handle. So I find that the BV colours are a little bit more difficult to shade, but if you persevere with them, they do work. And it might be a case of doing a little bit of the tip to tip action that we've not done that for a long time, have we? We used to love doing a demonstration with a bit of tip to tip. So all that means is that you're going to take the colour from one pen, the tip of one pen, and add it to the tip of the next pen, and that will give you a mid-tone. So, but I think we're okay here with what we've done. I think we've managed to get a nice little blend there. And I'm going to do the same colour scheme for this one, because I don't want there to be too many colours here, otherwise it's going to be a little bit jarring, I think. So I do like to leave a little bit of a highlight on the edge of the rim that's facing us. Again, that just helps give it that 3D feel. Oh, it feels really weird colouring in with my glasses on, reading glasses on. I feel like everything's a bit too magnified, but it is helping me get a better view, I think. So just going over those edges with the pen and almost rubbing the edges out, really, is what we're doing. So, and then the lightest colour is the BB00, and that goes over the middle. And the edges. Lovely. So we've also need to do a little bit of colour around the cream there. So what's a good colour for that? I think I'm going to use possibly the E50 is a good shade, but I can't seem to find it. This is a good colour. E51, we've got that. And E50, that is definitely the one. There we go. So E51, I might even use a bit of that on these marshmallows just to warm them up a little bit. And then around the cream there. Lovely. Right, okay. We've used every pen in the land, but we're getting somewhere now, because the rest will really start to come together. So my suggestion is going to be that I cut these out before I add any of the accents to it, because they will need to dry. So my Jelly Roll pen will need to dry. And if I pop it through the die cutting machine before it's dried, then it will smudge and that will ruin everything. So we don't want to do that. So let's get the coordinating dies for our little foxes. So that's not that one. That's that one. And then we've got our little sleeping fox, and then the other dies are our pumpkin spice. So which one have we gone for? We've gone for this guy here. Jess says these guys look so cute. Thank you, Jess. I do love I do really love an autumnal project. I have to say, I like making cards for winter time. Weirdly, I think I've just cut myself there somehow. So try not to bleed on the project. Bit of washi tape. So yeah, I think I've just somehow managed to cut myself on the edge of one of the dies. So yeah, do be careful when you snip them apart, that you do a more thorough job than me. Right. Hello. Coming to jump on everything when we're just getting to the nitty gritty. Oh, that was a cute little noise. Oh, this is helpful. Yes, there's no space for you now, is there? So you're just going to sit there. I see. Okay. That couldn't be any less helpful. Let's sit you there. I can't believe how much they've grown in the last sort of few months. They really have. Say hello. So this is obviously going to be my little swatch guy. So I'm going to add him to here. So I've not cut him out particularly sparkling, but that doesn't matter because he's still going to work. So I'm going to grab my my little hole punchy thing. It's just a single hole punch, and then I've got this little ring here, like a book ring, and then pop that in front of there. Now when we come to do our foxes in the future, I'll always have this little guy to refer back to, so that's handy. I'm glad I've done that. I don't know where I put the I definitely did have that somewhere, a little colour map somewhere, but and I definitely want to do that still. I think next year is going to be a very big year for Time for Tea. We're going to scale things up massively, so yeah, I'm excited. I'm very, very excited for what's coming. I just needed a little bit more time, a bit more help and a bit more focus this year. It's been a strange year this year, but I can't believe we're almost at the end of October already. So yeah, now we're thinking about, right, what does 2024 bring? What are we going to do for Time for Tea? We're in our 6th year as a business, so that's a big thing for any business. You know, it's a big stage to get to, so we want to keep moving forward and you know, expanding and offering you know, great products and inspiration and education and all of those great things. So so yeah, and I think face-to-face classes is definitely part of that plan, whether that be, you know, Sheffield or elsewhere. But I know a few people have said to me they would absolutely love just not necessarily a class as such, but just come and craft with us, you know, for a bit. Just come and let's all craft together, which I think is so nice. I've only ever done that a couple of times, and a lot of those classes have closed, and particularly since COVID, they've not come back. And I just think how nice it is to just, you know, maybe have a little bit of a theme or a project or something that you're all going to work on together, but really don't have any rules. Just come and let's have a cup of tea together and just do some crafting and just hang out together. I think that was such a lovely thing to do. So if you guys think that that would be a great idea, then please do let me know, because I think that's something that I would really like to do. But obviously, if nobody's interested, then maybe we won't. So I'm going to start with my card base. So this should all really start to come together now, and I've got another swatch book here. This swatch book is of distress inks and ink blending, and this bit at the back with the greens is the bit that I'm really interested in. So I wanted to check what colours I'd used here, because I think these will be really nice. I might mix it up slightly. The Rustic Wilderness, I love that. Rustic Wilderness, and then maybe a warmer shade of yellow, maybe the Scattered Straw, just to keep it a little bit warmer to mix in with this background. And then I think some Candied Apple on that yellow, on that orange is going to deepen that up as well. So we've got a plan, Maisie. We've got some Rustic Wilderness and some Mowed Lawn, and then some Scattered Straw, and then some Candied Apple. And then to deepen up my my trees, I might try a bit of Rusty Hinge, because I've not tried that. Or we've got the Walnut Stain. Now that might be a bit too dark. Let's think. Gathered Twigs, no. Round Espresso, oh, that is dark, but I like it. Aged Mahogany, that's a cool colour. Might go with the Aged Mahogany. So we'll do an experiment. But I'm going to start with my background. I don't need to do the whole thing, because I only need to see what's behind these squares. So I start from here really with my Rustic Wilderness. I'll get my green, and we'll I'm just going to go straight onto my card base here. Bit of that Rustic Wilderness, and then let's just see. Yeah, that's working. I think I need to go a little bit further to this edge, don't I? But we need to get a little bit paler, so we need to bring in some Mowed Lawn. Add that over the top of that green. Bring that down a little bit, and then let's see, where's it going. So yeah, that's probably about as far as it really needs to go. So let's go a bit further to the edges, and while we've still got the green brush, I'm just going to go, what is that? Felt like I had a cat then poking me. What do we think? Yeah, that's looking good. So let's pop that. I might need the green, so I'll hang on to that for the minute, but let's go in with my scattered straw. I feel like I need to maybe move up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. And then scattered straw over the bottom. Such a lovely shade of yellow, this. And then that's just, oh, that's, yeah, that is quite nice. And maybe, like I say, just a little bit more green over the top will just work perfectly. Lovely. Lovely. So that's that. So then, as you know, we love a little bit of texture around here. So let's not get it on everything else, but let's just do a few little splats, a few bigger splodges as well. That all adds to it, doesn't it? And then let's grab some kitchen roll and just blot up that excess. Now I know that this is definitely much brighter picture than we normally have, so the colour doesn't look as intense, I don't think, on screen, but when I take the photos later you'll be able to see just how intense that colour is. And then let's give these brushes a little clean. Them back, and then I'm going to go for some candied apple, and I'm going to use my orange brush. Move that up so you can see, and I'm going to just use this to, I think, just deepen this colour. Now this candied apple seems to be very juicy colour, so I am doing something that I very rarely do and just tapping a little bit off onto my mat, because I know that it is just a little bit too much ink there on the surface, and I want to try and control it a tiny bit. So tapping a little bit off and then blending that into my cardstock, and that is just giving a really nice effect to the orange. So again, I don't think you're going to be able to appreciate that based on it's really bleaching out. Days. I am actually going to Aunt's sister's hen do. Oh, I thought we'd lost picture then, but we're back. At the weekend, so that is definitely going to keep me busy. It's going to be an interesting day, because we're actually having quite an artistic hen do. So yeah, so I'll let you know how it goes. We're actually doing some life drawing. So, which I haven't done any life drawing since I was at college, so doing my art A levels. So yeah, that's going to be very interesting. So I have got my bit of card here. I'm going to take a scrap of card just to test this out before we do it properly. This is a bit of the aged mahogany, and I kind of want to see it next to my little fox, and it's very similar. Or we've got the rusty hinge, which is more of an, I guess, more of an orangey shade, which is going to go obviously with my pumpkin, and is going to go with my background. So this is my background. We pop that behind, or we pop that behind. And we pop him on front. I think I like the orange. I think that's definitely the winner in my book. So, and I'm quite excited because I don't think I've ever used my rusty hinge since I've bought it. So, so adding a little bit of this to that craft cardstock just gives it a little bit more depth than it just being a flat piece of card. You know, we're creating the illusion of a bit of shadow along one side. Just move him so I don't cover him in rusty hinge. So does anybody have any crafty plans this weekend? I think Thursdays are really good for planning your weekend. We're almost there. Orange and green must be a fall card. Yes, Annalisa, you have spotted it correctly. We are doing a fall card. Well, we are. I mean, we're fully into the autumn spirit, aren't we now? So, and this is a really good example of, or hopefully it's a good example. Hopefully you guys think it's a good example of where you can mix and match your stamp sets that may not be fall related or autumn related at all, but depending on how you colour them, how you colour your background, what papers you use, what cardstock you use, you can make them fit the season that you want them to. So so yeah, these don't have to be autumnal. They can be summer, or you know, they could be winter, depending on if you make a snowy scene and a snowy background, and make your foxes grey, perhaps. That would be super cute. That's a project for another day. So this is our background, which I think looks really well. And then we need to add our little trees here in the background, where we think they're going to sit. So I'm going to do that before I put anything else down. So I'm going to add some of my Cosmic Shimmer glue onto here, and then I'm going to try my best to position it like so. And let's pop that over the front, make sure that that does work, and our tree is pretty straight. And then we were going to add another one, weren't we, there? We'll have two this side and then just one on the other side. So a bit more glue. Who's this that's trotting about by my feet? Mabel, you're dying to come and say hello to everyone. You want to come and say hello? I dare you to come and jump up here. Coming up. That is Maisie's bed. She'll be very cross. So they look like they're in the right place. So then this guy needs to just sit here. And like I said, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my sentiment directly in this little opening here. So again, let's lift and pop that in there. There we go. Awesome. So if I just pop that on the front there, I love these wonky windows, they are so cool. So the "You Mean a Latte to Me" sentiment should now fit just really nicely in there. Got a bit of fluff as always, bit of cat fluff. So I'm going to use my VersaFine Onyx Black for my sentiment because that will make it really stand out. And then I'm going to keep this in place and pop that right in there. Hopefully we've done a good job of that. I'm going to give this a clean. Put that back into its little home. And there we go. So we can now start adding some of these onto here, and I'm going to use some foam tape to add my background. So I'm going to use some of this, I think. Is that going to be too wide? Let's see. I think that's going to be pretty much bang on, as we say. So we'll just pop that down there. Another piece for the top. Not going to be too wide. I don't think so. No, that's just right. And then our thin and our wide foam tape are actually the same depth, so you can use them both together without any issues. So just need to snip that off there. Pop that in there. I'm going to try and cover off as much as I can around the outside because I don't want it to sag or dip at all, especially if you're going to be popping this in the post. You don't want you know, it to collapse. So adding a good amount of the tape is going to make sure that it really does last the journey. There we go. Pop that on there because we'll use that later. So let's remove all this tape. I think this is one of my favourite sort of projects because I've got to do a good amount of colouring, I've got to do some die cutting, I've got to do some ink blending, and now I'm going to get to put it all together, like putting a a little puzzle together. I'm just going to add a bit of tape in the middle here, just curling a bit of tape over, just washi tape, just so that it keeps my project closed, because then it's not going to keep popping up when I'm trying my best here to line this up super straight. Which am I doing a good job of? I'm not sure. It's stuck to my fingers. There we go. Oh yes. Oh my goodness, that background is so nice. How lovely is that? I mean, like I say, the colours are washed out on the webcam, so do need to get that sorted out. What I'm seeing in real life is so much more vibrant than that. So so please forgive me. But we have our little characters here, sat with their drinks, and it is adorable. So cute. And then the little pumpkin was going to go there, wasn't it? I don't know whether I feel like maybe do a stack 3 there. Looks kind of cute, doesn't it? I quite like that. I realise that's not got anything in there, but I don't know, I quite like the balance of that and that. So I think I'm going to go with this arrangement. So that means we need to stick this guy down first, and I have a couple little offcuts here, and I only need to add that to this side. Let's pop that there, and then this guy is going to sit in front there. So this only needs a bit of glue rather than anything else. Pop that on a little bit of an angle. That works there. And then this guy's only going to need a little bit just behind his head here, because everything else is going to overlap. And I think it probably needs to be further over that way. Yeah, I think that's pretty much perfect. So we'll pop a bit of glue on the rest. I don't think I like him on an angle now I've done that. I don't know if you guys probably won't be able to hear, but every so often I just hear Hank moan in pain. Bless him. So we'll just put that on the back of there, and a bit of glue everywhere else. Oh, I think he's doing his exercise. That's probably why he's groaning in pain. So I'm going to pop him on the front there. I don't think he's going to need much support, I don't think, but just in the middle here where his head might need a bit of support, I'm just going to add that tiny bit of foam tape. And then we'll pop that there. Oh, put that there. Adorable. How cute. Really love that. Really love that. And I think while I am just adding little things, so this is the Perfect Blend set, and the Perfect Blend set has got like some little bits of steam, it's got some coffee beans, and it's got some little leaves which are like your tea leaves perhaps. But for something like what we're doing here, where we've got kind of an autumnal theme going on, I think these little leaves are rather adorable. I've got another tiny little here's my other little tiny little thing. What have I done with that then? I used to have two tiny little, oh there it is, little tiny little acrylic blocks, really small. So I'm going to add some of these leaves just dotted about. I think they just add a wee bit of something. They're not totally necessary, but I'm just twisting it around and adding a little bit of extra interest. Some of them are going off the page because that makes it look like patterned paper and a bit more intentional. Do a couple of them quite close together. Like little falling leaves. Oh, I think that looks so cute. Love it. Actually, now I don't know where to stop. So let's just stop. But I think that looks amazing. If I do say so myself, I actually need to do one just there, or two just there to fill that space. Cute. What do we think? Annalisa says, very pretty. What are they drinking? So I've made them all chocolates, hot chocolate. That's Ant's drink for the evening is a hot chocolate. So these are hot chocolates for Ant. Even though it does say you mean a latte to me, it should say something hot chocolate related that I can't think of a pun for at this late hour on a Thursday evening. And Annalisa says, poor Ant, how is he recovering? Sorry if you already updated us, I can watch the replay. No, I haven't really updated you on his recovery. It just takes it out of you, doesn't it, having such a major operation. So he's tired and he's just spending lots of time, obviously, resting and recuperating. And then every day he's been to see the physio this week, and he's got some exercise that he needs to do every day, but obviously they are going to be pretty painful, but hopefully will aid a speedier recovery. But I think he's doing amazingly well so soon, you know, after. So bit of jelly roll pen here as well. A few highlights here and there. Some highlights around the rim of the mug there, and on this gorgeous little pumpkin. So yeah, we've gone for a latte pun. So I guess we're saying they are actually lattes, even though I coloured them a bit more like hot chocolate or a very strong coffee, a very strong latte. Um, Lovely. I might add, I don't know what to add now. I think that's going to make it stand out a bit too much, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to take away from my characters in the foreground. So I've got my black glaze jelly roll pen to do the eyes and the nose. And for this guy, because he's sleeping, it's just his nose we need to do. And that glaze. And that will just make them stand out a little bit more. You could add, I mean, you could go absolutely to town here, couldn't you? Which I'm so tempted to do because I do love it. Just adding a little bit of shimmer to the marshmallows. Maybe my nozzle's got a bit clogged. Coming out. What did I do with my pokey tool? Should I just say there it is? Is that got a bit dried up? Maybe. There we go. Oh, I'm covered in glitter now. So yeah, a bit of shimmer for my marshmallows and for the cream as well. Because why not? And there, I think we'll call it done. So I'm going to hold this up just so that you can get a little bit of a better view because I can't zoom in. But like I say, I don't think the colours are really, you're really going to get the full effect of the colours on this this camera. So I will take some photos of this maybe tomorrow in the daylight so you can really get the full effect of the colours here because they are so, it does look so much more vibrant and you can really see the ink blending and the depth that it's created for those extra colours. So yeah, so I hope that you've enjoyed tonight's project. I have really loved making this. It's like I say, it's all of my favourite things in one card, and yeah, I love it when a plan comes together, because I had no clue what I was going to do before I started. I always surprise myself, I think, when it turns out all right. Jess says she's excited to do some crafting with her mum and sister tomorrow, and the background was looking fab. I'm sorry I didn't see that comment. I think there's a few comments that have just suddenly popped up here. So thank you for that, Jess. Annalise says very pretty, and told me to step away from the card. I know, it's so hard to know. Claire says the background looks fab with the foxes on it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I am very much sometimes don't know when to stop, but I think we got the balance just right. I'm happy with that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Thank you for spending your Thursday evening with me. If you're watching on the replay, thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe because it really helps other people see our videos as well. So if you are already a subscriber, please do like, and if you've got any crafty friends, then please share, because I'd love to you know, everyone to see the things that we're doing here and the lovely projects that we're making. I will see you back here next Thursday for another crafty session, and I'm also back on Hobby Maker, I think, a week on Saturday. So yeah, so lots happening as always. I'll keep you updated with anything that changes, and anything else that's going on. I think we may be planning a sale at the end of the month, so look out for that as well. And I'll see you all again soon. Thank you guys. See you soon. Bye bye now. Bye. Bye.